Hey everybody, Final here, and I am covering this topic a little late because I had to work the night shift. And unfortunately, I was sitting there recording Summer Games Fest, waiting for Rebirth to at some point just spawn out of the ether and just appear. And I had to be at work at 4 o'clock Central Time, and I left at 3:15 because I have a bit of a commute, and then right about the time I got there is when the trailer dropped. Anyway, I reacted to it. Well, okay. I reacted to it in my own time at work, locked in the bathroom, and I was going, ooh, ah. So there's my reaction. Okay, it's better than everybody else's, pretty much, except for like Maximilian, dude. Anyway, since you can't get my raw reaction, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna watch it again all the way through. I'm gonna shut up, and then after that, then I'm gonna break it down scene by scene, give you some of my thoughts, opinions, theories about what we're seeing, because there's so much to break down. So let's go ahead and get right into that. All right, here it comes.
We're still here at the scene of this terrible disaster, caused by a massive tornado which swept through sectors 0, 1, and 2. Amidst the wreckage of the expressway, search and rescue operations are already in progress.
Just look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
Wow.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
I was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
This is gonna sound crazy, but as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
The life stream. It is the very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
According to Hojo, they're connected to Sephiroth. Shadows of the Man, I believe he called them.
Sephiroth was in Midgard. We fought him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
Well now, think we woke it up.
Angered it, more like.
Feast your eyes on the Turk's latest and greatest, Elena.
She may be new, but she's still a Turk.
Keep her away from me!
They say she's a monster, that she can peer inside you, into the very depths of your soul, that she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
You murdered my dad! You burned my village!
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
Wait for it. Ah, very nice. All right. So let me just start with this, okay? This trailer is purposely trying to confuse you. Now, I believe that some things will change, but a good majority of what we're being shown is a red herring. And they're doing it on purpose because they want us to be confused moving forward in the story. I fully believe that we're dealing with two timelines. One timeline where Zack's alive, but everybody else died. Or possibly Zack's alive, and these that we're seeing here, right? These dead bodies of Barrett and Tifa, right? Red 13 and Aerith. These are duplicates. They're copies, right? They could be Flash clones that Shinra made to just kind of save face after everything went down on the Midgar Expressway. It could just be the morning after, right? And they just created duplicates, like clones, just to show, hey, we got the terrorists that were responsible for this, and make themselves look like the hero, so that way people continue to believe in Shinra. I could be completely wrong, right? Okay. Now, if I had to guess, this looks like this could be doors to the mine. Most likely is. This is coming out the other side of the Mithril mines, because I don't know where else this could be, you know?
Wow. Just look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
Now, something I have noticed, and that I'm sure a lot of other people did, maybe there's somebody out there saying this or has already said this. Why does the world look so empty? They said the same thing about Final Fantasy 16, and pretty much from everything I've heard and all the gameplay that's out there to watch and everybody who got a chance to play it, there's plenty to do on the map, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about, oh, there's no enemies anywhere. Keep in mind, this is early footage. This is not a finalized look at the game. They still got a little ways to go, which is why we probably won't be seeing it until, if I had to guess, probably February, March. I would say late February is my guess. But yeah, so fear not, there will be more.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
God, everything looks so good, man.
I was
Yeah.
wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years?
So as you can see, they're already kind of trying to confuse you. For those that have played original Final Fantasy VII, you already know what's happening here. You already know the conversation. But for those who have not, you're going to be lost. You're going to be confused, and they want you to feel that way.
Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
This is gonna sound crazy, but...
Chocobo Farm, very nice.
Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
Ah, yes, here we go. Bugenhagen.
It is the very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
I believe he's going to be very important to the game. Going forward, he's going to be important to the rest of the trilogy of the Final Fantasy VII Remake project. The reason I say that is because in the original, he had such an intimate knowledge of the planet and the life stream and just everything containing to and pertaining to the planet Gaia and the universe as a whole, and how things work, the flow of energy, the cycle of life and death, right? Or rebirth, if you will. So I think that because there's differences in the game and things aren't going the way they should, because in the last game we basically killed Fate. That's what they want you to believe, at least. We killed Fate, so nothing has to be the same way that it was. At least that's the working theory. So he probably knows everything that's going on, just like Aerith knows. They understand way more than they're letting on, and that's what keeps it interesting for the player.
According to Hojo, they're connected to Sephiroth.
Now, who is this talking?
Shadows of the Mad, I believe he called them.
Okay, according to Hojo, who has access to speak to Hojo with that kind of voice? It's either Rufus Shinra or it's Sung. Now, I think I heard somebody say, "Oh, that's Vincent's voice." I don't believe so. I have my own theory about where Vincent and Sid are, because obviously they weren't in this trailer. We'll get into that here in a little bit.
Sephiroth was in Midgar. We fought him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years.
So this is Cloud telling the story of the Calm flashback.
Well now, think we woke it up.
This looks like this could be a boss fight in the Mithril Mines.
Feast your eyes on the Turk's latest and greatest, Elena.
Nice, nice.
But she's still a Turk.
Over here whooping some ass. Oh man. There's there's just so much you could say about all this, you know? Good God, man. Oh, okay, yeah. I gotta pause on this, because this is just magnificent to look at. It may not look great on the screen that you're looking at, but man, looking at Junin Harbor, there's the mega city built into the side of the mountain. You got the flight deck up there, you got the high wind. You have the Sister Ray Mako gun, right? Shit's wild. Shit looks so good. And of course, there's Red 13 kicking some ass, fully playable. Red 13. Then you have the dual techs, right? Kind of like the duo moves where the characters play off each other to do really cool attacks and stuff. And then here we would be on the boat from Junon to Costa del Sol. And you do fight Jenova again here.
Those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
Okay. They're trying to confuse you again here. They're trying to confuse you here. And you know what? It could be that maybe he's not lying. But listen very closely to what Sephiroth says here.
That she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
He's talking about Jenova. She can become those you fear, those you hate, and those you love. Now that's pretty crazy. That's very telling. What's he talking about? You'll see.
You murdered my dad.
Right here.
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
Oh god, dude, so good. Okay, so essentially, he was saying that Jenova can become somebody you fear, somebody you hate, or somebody that you love. She can look into you, basically scan your memories, and then use it against you, which is what made Jenova such a terror back in the days of the Cetra. But that's a whole nother topic. But the point of the matter is, he's alluding to the fact that Tifa is not actually who she says she is. I think that dialogue that's happening is Sephiroth either talking to Cloud in person or in his mind where nobody else can see him. But I don't think, like just manipulating Cloud's mind to turn him against Tifa and make him believe this isn't Tifa. Tifa died. You remember her dying. I killed her. So who is this? This is Jenova. That's not Tifa. And that's what they want you to believe, right? So that's all pretty damn cool. Now let's go back just a little bit. Let's look at the UI here, okay? So not too different from Final Fantasy VII Remake. You got your limit bar, MP bar, HP bar. Now, something I found interesting, everybody was asking, will the save file transfer over from Remake? This alludes to the fact that it probably won't, because, I mean, look, the HP reset, it wasn't just nerfed or cut in half for the sake of power creep between one game to the next. It looks like it was cut all the way back down to the beginning. So any power that you had is now gone. I think that includes all materia, all items, all accessories and weapons. Maybe you get to keep the moves. I hope so, but I don't know. It's not set in stone, right? Like, it could very well be that some of your inventory might transfer over, hopefully, but it's not looking great. Now, what are we looking at here? You got Ward Shift. So that has something to do with Aerith, because you can see that currently whoever's playing this or play testing this, they're playing as Aerith, right? And this little beam here, which is at the top of the list. So ward shift, okay, so that's her magic stuff. Then you have command menus, right? And you have this here. I'm not sure what that is. That could be summon materia. I don't know. But you have 2 bars for the command menu. Now, I don't know if those bars are what matches up to the ATB, or if those bars are for single player, like a single character action, or a multi-character action, like the dual tech. And that's what I believe these little blue bars come in, right? These little things here. Because there's 5 of them, so there's a limit to how many you can have built up at a time. I think as you use regular attacks, these will build up, and then you use the dual tech moves that are unique to each pairing of character. And I think you unlock them, you get them as you go. There might even be a skill tree, kind of like there was for the weapon upgrade system. There could be a dual tech upgrade system, or it could be just part of it. But I think that's pretty cool, pretty interesting. And what all do we see here? That's because the big question is, how long is this game going to be? We know where it starts, where does it end? Because there still has to be one full other game for the remake trilogy. Now, all of the theories that I've heard is that it ends at the Northern Cave. After Cloud hands Sephiroth the black materia, and then the weapons burst out of the earth, and then the whole party falls to shit. Some people go missing, some people are arrested by Shinra, and then Meteor has menacingly been summoned and is hurtling its ass off towards Earth, right? That would be the logical place to end. But then you have to ask yourself, what really happens between then and the end of the game? Well, you have Sid, who's the party lead, eventually, running the party around to try and collect these huge materia. And that's a whole other story. And then eventually, they find Cloud and yada yada. I don't want to give too many spoilers here for those who haven't played the original 7. But it's hard to believe that with as little... I don't know. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I don't feel like there was a lot of playable story and content between, the end of Northern Cave Visit number 1 and the end of the game. Maybe they could stretch it out, add some stuff or whatnot. But what we see here, essentially, this seems to be the day after. Now, they talk about a tornado. What tornado are they talking about that killed our party? Are they talking about the purple tornado of fate at the end of Remake? Or are they talking about the tornadoes that came off of the bottom of Meteor? There's no way they're talking about that, because that happens during the raid on Midgar. That happens that happens after the raid on Midgar. Yeah, and essentially that's at the very, very, very end of the game, and there's a whole other game, so that can't be it. So this got to be the morning after, or it's in an alternate timeline. Those are the only 2 things that make sense. It's the morning after Cloud and friends got out of Midgar, and these are Flash clones, or it's an alternate timeline. But we know that we see them leaving what looks to be the Mithril Mines, so that's cool, right? We don't see Fort Condor anywhere, so that's kind of confusing. It may not exist. It probably will in some fashion, but since they made it a board game, I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. And then, running through more grasslands, you got some deer. There's probably going to be other wildlife that isn't things that you just fight. Like, they're not monsters, it's just general wildlife. Probably even be fishing, if I had to guess, because, Final Fantasy 15's fishing was just chef's kiss. Okay, we got the Chocobo farm here, so, we knew that we were going to come that far. Then we have Bugenhagen, right? Bugenhagen is in Cosmo Canyon, which is where Red 13 is from. And we know that we at least get to Cosmo Canyon, so that means we know, logically, that we're getting to the second continent. Then you got more Mithril Cave, more than likely. You got Cloud talking about the Calm flashback, right? You have the remnants in the northern crater marching towards Sephiroth for the reunion. You don't know what that is, you will learn eventually. You got this cave monster, which is probably still in the Mithril Mines. They show a lot of the Mithril Mines in this trailer. But keep in mind, this is only the first real gameplay trailer we've gotten. There's gonna be more. Because they have 7 months from today to release this thing. 7 to 9 months, somewhere around there. Right? And then what else do we have? We got the dual tech stuff, cool. That's Midgar right there. You can see Midgar in the background, so this is not too far away. That's actually fucking wild. I didn't even realize that. That's Midgar. I'm almost positive because that looks like the top, and that looks like the Shinra building up top. So that's very interesting. So we're not too far away from Midgar. And then you can see up here, goal 648 meters, orange marker. Who knows what that is, right? Be special quest marker or something. And then here we have this beautiful shot of Junin. Like, it doesn't look great in a paused frame or whatever, but trust me, you're watching it live, and if I could have found a good version of this trailer, it looked amazing when it was live. Now, what have they not shown? So we know we go all the way up to Cosmo Canyon. And then you got more flashback stuff, Tifa and Sephiroth, him trying to give you a red herring, make you believe that Tifa's not really Tifa, maybe she's a Genova remnant, you know, who knows. But yeah, so as far as we know that we go is Cosmo Canyon. And just because it shows the northern cave and the, you know, essentially the remnants of Genova marching towards Sephiroth doesn't necessarily mean that's how far we're going to get to go. We're just going to have to see. We need more information. But there's a pretty good chance. There's a pretty good chance. Now, let's talk about who's missing from the trailer. We got Cid missing. We got Kate Sith missing. And I think everybody's favorite, for one reason or another, is Vincent. Vincent's missing. Where are they? Are they going to be in this game? I fully believe that you're going to get the entire party. Now, there are some people saying, well, you know, if they put all the characters in now, what do we have to look forward to with the third one? Things other than added characters, you know? More story, more things to explore, new combat, you know, all kinds of shit. You fighting the weapons, you got all kinds of stuff to look forward to in the third game. So you don't have to get new characters with every game. If they did it that way, I'd be a little shocked, and I think everybody would be a bit disappointed. But I think the only reason we haven't seen Vincent, Cid, or Kate Sith in any of these is because they're trying to save something for the long-lasting series of media tours that they're going to be having, right? They're going to have... There's going to be a ton more information coming. They're not going to go radio silent. As soon as 16 releases, the floodgates will open on Rebirth. And that's only in a couple weeks, you know? So, it's coming, it's going to be wild, and I can't wait to cover more of this shit, man. You know? I can't wait to play it. So, it does say it's coming on 2 discs. I don't know if... okay, yeah, there it is. Early 2024. In my mind, if a year is split into 4 quarters, right? Early would probably be in the first quarter. What does that mean? It has to be between January and March. And because I know that they want to get this right and knock it out of the park, I think what's going to wind up happening is they're going to give an actual release date of like February, and then probably push it off another month till March, just like they did with Remake. I hope that's not the case, but, you know, we will have it by March. I am confident in saying that. And it says on 2 discs. Now, I believe they use the same verbiage. I'd have to go back and check the trailer, but I think they used the same verbiage when they were showing off Remake at one of the... I don't know if it was an IGN event or what, but I think they said it comes on 2 Blu-ray discs, right? And all that essentially was install disc, play disc. But maybe they don't mean that this time. Maybe they mean 2 actual discs worth of play. I don't think so, though. I think people are just kind of forgetting that it came with an install disc. So we'll have to see. We need more info on that. But the cool thing is, what are places that we know that we're going to visit if it follows the same path through the world map as the original 7 did? Well, if we know we go to Cosmo Canyon, that guarantees that we're going to Corel, Old Saucer, Ungaga, Junin, because obviously it showed Junin, probably Fort Condor somewhere in there, Mithril Mines, Calm, Chocobo Farm. That's at least 8 places confirmed. And I mean, it's kind of obvious that we're going to be going beyond Cosmo Canyon. That they can't stop it there, because there's no way that they would be able to make the rest of the game in one more game. You know, there's too much left. It's going to go beyond Nibelheim. So that's why I believe that we're going to get Vincent, we're going to get Sid, we're going to get Kate Sith. We wouldn't worry about it. And we know we'll get Kate Sith because we know we're going to go to the Gold Saucer, because it's in between Costa del Sol and Cosmo Canyon. So there it is. That's kind of confirmation right there. Now, if they play everything out of order, like, oh, the same events will happen, but you'll visit different areas at different times than the original game, then anything goes. You know, who knows at that point? What this looks like is just straight up propaganda. Because Shinra, it's their news. They push their own propaganda against Avalanche. That's why I believe these aren't the real party members. Anyway, I could say a lot more, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it here with Cloud doing all the work as usual. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts and opinions, and I stretched this out way longer than I meant to, but I'm very excited about it, and obviously so, since I spent half an hour talking about it. I was so upset at myself when I saw that this thing released as soon as I got to work, because I knew I had to be there for 8 hours. I wanted so badly to make this video with the actual raw reaction, because I got emotional. I had tears in my eyes. I was literally physically shaking watching this shit, and I hope that all the other Final Fantasy VII fans out there felt the same way, and I know that you guys are looking forward to this just as much as I am, and I can't wait to hear what else they're going to say about it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video and hanging out with me. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, because it helps. And, you know, bigger number equals better person, or something like that. Share the video with your friends, because, I mean, if you're anything like me, I don't just do my own videos, I also watch everybody else that basically says everything I just said, unfortunately. Sometimes I have my own original ideas, theories, and opinions, and then sometimes after I make my video, I'll get excited and I'll watch pretty much everybody on the internet react in the same way. Maybe they don't go in depth like I do, maybe they go in more depth. But that's kind of what's neat, is, you know, different flavors for different folks. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, so we'll see you next time. Peace.